Hi, this is Dave and welcome to the Table Express, a series of videos where we take a quick look at today's board and card games, looking at them from a family perspective. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at a storage solution for one of the games that I will be reviewing in the near future, which would be Caverna from Mayfair Games. And specifically, this is from the Broken Token, and they make the Cavern Organizer here. And the reason that I chose to look at this one is this game in particular plagues me with a huge number of components and a long setup time, and really no way to keep anything organized except for a bunch of different bags. So what I wanted to do was show you that, how it works with this game, and I'll come back and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, let's take a look at Caverna here, and this is a game to me that is really plagued by storage solutions, and let me show you what I mean by this. When I take off the cover of the box and I uncover the rule sheet and the appendix here, this is what I have here. All of the pieces are stored in a bunch of bags, and it's going to take me forever to set this game up. So look, I've got some chips here, I've got a bunch of different meeples that are here, a bunch of coins here, food tokens, more meeple pieces here and here. We've got tiles here in all sorts of different sizes and shapes. We have double-sided and single-sided here. I just kind of have them all thrown in bags because I didn't feel like taking another hour to take the game down after spending 3 playing it. Additional pieces here. Here's the cards for the game. More pieces. And there's some extra bags that I probably had pieces in from before. And then finally we get down to all of the boards and components for playing the game. But if you see this big huge pile right here, it's going to take me a long time to set up this game, and so this has been something that has plagued me and has caused me to not really play this game quite as much as that I really would have liked to. So I wanted to show you a solution for taking care of this problem. Okay, so for me, a solution that I have found that works for this game here is the Cavern or box organizer from the Broken Token. And this is 2 separate trays that can be used to play the game here. And I have it emptied out right now because I'm going to fill it up and show you exactly how it works. In fact, I'm going to give you a demonstration on filling this top tray here and just show you how easy it is. But this has divided up spaces for everything here, and they're all named here and divided up so you know exactly what goes where. And it has 2 little handles on the side so it can be easily taken out and placed along the side of the game board. So now we turn around and we take stuff like our sheep. All the sheep are in there. We've got all of our stone here. Just pour them right in here. Donkeys are here. And this is going to cut down on my ability on having to open up all these bags. Once I'm done, I just take the tray out. Here, these are wild boar. We've got all of our, this is wood here. Here's our grain here. Here's our vegetables here. Here's the vegetables. Here's the cattle. Oh, these are dogs. There's our dogs here. Black and red gems, I'll sort those out later on. And I should have some more pieces. Here's my cattle. And my bag of food tokens is here. And I will sort these out because there's some other things that are in there. But you can see here now, when it comes time to set it up, I can just take this out, set this off on the side of the table, and I'm ready to go. And down here in the bottom, I'll have a removable tray that I can hold some of my coins and other pieces here, questing expedition tokens and everything. And then also here, I'll have room for the cards underneath here. They fit in a nice little space right underneath, and there's a little hole on the bottom, so you just pop it up. You can get the cards right out, so everything's going to store in here nicely. And then there's enough room here to be able to hold the large and small tiles, and some additional storage space in the middle. So let me get this all filled up and I'm going to show you exactly how it looks. Okay, after about 25 minutes or so of sorting through everything, I have them all placed into this organizer. And so I finished up the bottom tray here with putting in the red gems, which are the rubies, the black gems, which is the ore, and then I sorted out all of the food tokens. And so that completed the upper tray here. A couple things that I want to show you here. There's a nice handle on both sides for being able to lift this out. And there's a little notch that's right here that's going to keep all of the player boards snug that are placed on top of this. Let me place this off to the side here, and we're going to take a look at this lower board here. And let me zoom in here and show you what I did. So I took all of the single space tiles and I sorted them according to type, and I have them placed in here. So all of these down here are the ones that will be on the playing board. So here are the yellow ones, the orange ones, and the green ones, and the additional single space tiles over here. I did the same on the back side for all of the double space tiles and sorted them out. And I actually had some extra space and an extra divider over here that what I chose to do was the only thing that's going to be bagged are going to be these round harvest markers, because there's 7 of them. I don't want them to get lost because otherwise I won't be able to play the game. And so I'm choosing to keep these bagged up and placed into this slot here. And there was actually leftover space that what I did was I placed the tiles in for the mini expansion for Caverna that was released in Game Trade magazine. Now this leaves me the middle space here, and so there's a spot here that is recessed, and what I have room for here is all of the cards that will be used during the game. So here's all the player reference cards here, the expedition loot, and then there's some cards that are used for solo play, and then finally there are going to be the cards that are going to be placed on the game board that will be revealed each round. So they fit in this space right here, and there's plenty of room to just reach in and be able to lift them out. There's an additional little gap here that fills in some space, and what I did was I chose to put the first player token there. On top of that is a removable tray here that what I did was I put in all of the 1 and 2 gold here, and then all of these expedition tokens here. And so this fits right on top, right there, just like that. The next space over here, I have a slot here that I put all of these multiplier tokens in here that can be used. They're two-sided. And also the begging tokens. They're the same size. So here's the begging tokens right here. They all fit in this spot here. And they have this extra space here in front of it that I wasn't really sure what this was for, and I had some leftover pieces that didn't really have a home for them. Here's one for the additional dwarf, some multiplier tokens, and then the 10 gold. And so I just chose to pop them right in there, and they fit there. And then finally we have this large space over here that's going to hold all the player pieces, and you can easily be able to sort through and grab your pieces. They don't need to have individual spaces for each of them. And a space for the scoring pad. I was kind of hoping that I would have been able to fit this board that came in with the mini expansion on top of it, but this was created after the organizer, and so it just doesn't quite fit, so I'll have to fit it in another spot. So now that I have everything all built and sorted out, let me show you how this all fits in the box. So here's the box right here, the Caverna box, and this just slides right in down in the bottom, and you can actually leave this in there, and you can grab everything from the game. You won't even need to go in here. This is all, when you're done, just put everything back. And then what happens is this tray here is going to slide in and sit right on top. So I've got the little handles here. I can pull the thing right out, set it off, and I'm ready to go. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do now is start placing all the boards in here. And so what I'm going to do here, I've got the rules here. I'm going to start off with this stack of player boards here. There's 7 of them. And so when I showed you about that little notch, there's a little notch where they just slide in there. And now this doesn't move. This is locked in right on top of the tray. Put in the rest of the player boards on top here. And then, here's one more. And then we have the game board tiles that are going to go in space. And there's a whole bunch of them, and they're kind of odd sizes, so they don't fit like uniformly. But here's 1, 2 there. And then we have a partial board here that fits in, and this one here fits, and that's about as uniform as it's going to get. And then we start having these oddball tiles. Here's a double, and this one is slightly larger than this single, so it kind of overlaps. We've got a couple of them here. I just kind of threw them in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw this Mayfair tile on top, and then my rules. And it's just basically right at the top, maybe slightly above with the rule book and everything all stacked in there, but it works for me. When I close it down, it's almost exactly flush here, if you notice. But I can hold it up on the side and flip it around, shaking it all up. And when I open this up and take all the game boards out, down on the bottom, you'll see that all these pieces are still intact. Nothing's even been disturbed with this. So this is all going to be able to, you'll be able to store this game vertically on the shelf, so it'll take up less space. So that is, for me, what the storage solution is for Caverna. Alright, so there you have it, the Cavern Organizer from Broken Token. And let me talk about the construction and quality of this organizer. First of all, the game came packaged up, and it was inside of this bag here with have all the pieces and the instruction manual. This is what I got in the mail, and each of the different sheets of wood here has all the pieces that have been cut with a laser, so everything is all precision. If you notice here along the edge there, you'll see kind of a darker shade to the wood, and that's from the laser actually cutting through and burning it. So when you smell it, there's going to have this kind of a burnt wood smell, which is fine. I'm used to that because I've reviewed games from Victory Point Games, and they also use a laser for cutting their wooden tokens, and so that's typically the smell that you will get, and it goes away after time. It's not annoying or anything like that. Also, on all the sheets, if you look inside this instruction manual here, has a layout of all of the pieces, and you'll be able to tell exactly what piece is what. And you have super awesome instruction manual here that tells you how to build this. And then also on the back, you're going to have some little tips and tricks for building this thing. I did not have to use any tools to build this, which is good. They recommend sometimes you may need to use a mallet. I did not have that issue. I just was able to use the palm of my hand and was able to assemble this in about, I would say, 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, but I was also taking the time evaluating the quality of construction and then also looking at how easy it was to build as I was building along. So it's kind of multitasking at the same time. If I was just going to get into this, I'd be able to snap this thing right together. Now, I'm more of a guy that's good. I'm working in construction trades in my real life, and so for me this was very easy to assemble things. I'm able to look at diagrams and be able to fit things together, so I didn't have any issues with this. Overall, everything held really nice. The joints kind of fit together like fingers. They just lock into one another, and I had an issue with the lower tray. I had some of the joints that were on the outside edge, they fit a little bit loose. And so I was able to just use a little bit of wood glue, put them in there, and it held it in place, and everything is good to go. So, and that's one thing in here, they're not guaranteeing that everything is going to be able to be held together without the use of any tools or glue or anything like that. But when you have all of those pieces put together and all those different joints, and you had like a couple of corners that you had to glue, no big deal. So I literally used a small drop of wood glue that I was able to paint inside the joint, put it together, and it held it, and everything worked out great. So awesome quality on this. Now looking at the overall performance of this, and this is where it really counts. I am glad that there's companies like this, especially like Broken Token, who took the time to address the need of storage solution for some of these games that have a large number of pieces they address this to be able to store them efficiently, and then also the bigger thing is being able to cut down on the time that you need to spend setting up this game and tearing it down. Because, to be honest with you, all of these plastic bags that came inside the box with Caverna to store all the pieces, it gets to be ridiculous. And you saw in the video that the last time that we played, I had some people help me put it together, and I was done. We played the game for like 2.5 hours, and I didn't want to spend another half an hour or so sorting through pieces. Everybody just kind of sort of bagged them up and threw them in there, and I don't want to have to deal with that all the time. And so they addressed this, and now performance-wise, I'm looking at being able to have this game essentially setting it up very, very quickly and taking it down at the same time. And while playing the game, I'm able to keep all of my components sorted right in the tray, because I can keep this on the table. That lower tray, or the lower tray, you can take out and set it off to the side, and you can take out tiles as needed. And so you're not going to have all of them stacked up on the table, because they're going to get knocked down and around and everything. You can just grab them as you need them, and then when you're done, you already have the spaces to put them back together. The other thing is really like the upper tray, and I love the fact that they're all marked off with what goes where with all of the resources, and you're able to place that on the table, and it's going to make it so much easier when working with this this game, that you're going to be able to, when it comes time to reseed the board every round, you have the pieces right there. As you're spending resources to build certain things, you can place them back in the trays, and you're going to have it in a nice, attractive space right on the game playing surface. So, really, really like that in terms of performance and practicality for this game. So, looking at this game from a family perspective, how does this all tie together? Well, number one, this is going to allow me to store this game vertically on my shelf without having to use all the plastic bags. And so this is going to help save time and space, and also be a little bit more eco-friendly without having to use all those plastic bags, and take those and recycle them. Number two, this is going to cut down on setup time. And so and putting the game away. So what this is going to translate to is more time if you're spending time with the family to do other things, either play more games or be able to move on and do something different. It's going to allow you to take a game like Caverna, which is quite a time-consuming game, and be able to play this with more frequency. And this is a really, really good game. But one of the things that I was finding was the whole time setup and everything was kind of causing me to not play it. So this is going to help with certain games, being able to get them played more. And then finally, what it's going to do is overall, when you're playing as a family, if you're having friends over, or you're trying to introduce people to the hobby, this is going to make the game look more attractive with really, really nice storage trays that can be placed right on the gaming table. And so I really like those three factors that kind of tie in for this. So overall, definitely, this one was the Cavern Organizer from the Broken Token. This was for Caverna, and they have plenty of other ones, and I'll have the link for their website below the video description. You'll be able to check that out. And again, I want to recommend some of these organizers from Broken Token. Super high quality components that are going to be very, very practical in taking some of these big, massive games and cutting down on a lot of storage time and making better solutions for them. So, alright, that's it for now, and join me again next time as we take a look at another game and we see how it makes it to the table. Bye-bye.